All right, I'm live. I'm live. Let me see. I'm gonna invite guests. I'm doing this while I'm making pizza for my daughter. Let me see. How do I get to the page? Oh shit, man. Okay. All right. Okay, there it is. I think that's okay. There it is. Okay, paste. There we go. All right, now I gotta enter. Okay. So now let me make sure I turn this way so I can see it. There we go. All right. So anyway, I had to, I gotta drag this here horse face. I gotta drag this horse face. Um, it has been a lot of scuffle. Because old Pearl, she's back again, y'all. She's back again, and I think that there's some points that are not being focused on because I think the conversation is at this point very male driven. Men are uh, the ones doing a lot of talking. And I have to say that one of the things that people are not talking about is critiquing Pearl and why she has to do what she has to do. That's being left out, unfortunately. And when I say why she's doing what she has to do, is because a lot of people are not realizing that Pearl is a loser. She's a loser. And I tag BGS and I tag Obsidian in this because them two are responsible for giving life to that horse face. And I recall it was a particular channel that I used to be on before I realized that it was going to turn into a man hate fest, male hate fest. There was a channel I used to be on, and Obsidian pulled up. He pulled up over there, and he was trying to cape for Pearl. This was like when the heat was on. I guess it was late night. The channel didn't have still don't have no traction to it. But he pulled up because he was late night and he really, 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 really wanted to defend her. And I guess he was bored. So he came on to this show that I was on and it was a roast of Pearl. And see, I have a good instinct for particularly white women. And I say that because a lot of black people, unfortunately, a lot of black people didn't grow up around white people, and so they give them, they give them deference, they give them special privileges, they give them access. They treat them like there's something special. They so impressed when white people come around. They start acting different and stuff. Man, I got a whole different perspective on white people. Being that I'm very familiar with them and all, I don't give them nothing. I don't give them no credit. I know too much. I didn't sing too much. You're not gonna be winning with me. Okay. Um, barely any respect. I'll be honest with you. I barely have any respect for them because they have a culture of degeneracy, and I know them very well. I'm not impressed. They don't. They don't make my heart jump. They don't make me move. They don't do nothing for me. If anything, they turn me off because I know too much about them. They're too normal to me. So anyway, I gotta drag Pearl. Everybody, I just got off of Aunt T's channel. He had Freeze on Lou up there. He had several people come through. Hood Conservative has had to respond or have something to say. There's the Team Fatty. This is insane. And I just want this to be a lesson. And black women were calling it out early on. Black women were calling it out saying, wait a minute, why you pedestalizing Pearl? Why y'all acting like she's somebody? Why y'all giving her all this status? And I'm just gonna call it out. BGS was one of the people who said that she was a tool. Pearl's a tool. She's gonna support black men. She's gonna take our concerns and our challenges and our struggles. She's gonna take them to DC. He said all of that. It was a whole bunch of men. She's the queen of the manosphere. The black manosphere, and I'm not making this gender war, I'm just telling you facts. The black manosphere uplifted her for absolutely no reason. This horse faced heifer came up to the black manosphere and they put a cape on her back and made her think she was more than what she was. And she got egotistical. She is a clout chaser. She is a faker. She's a grifter. This woman ain't worth a shit. She comes from privilege. This is the reading that I need people to really, really say. I've been saying this, but it needs to be said. This chick is a loser. You hear me? She's a loser. Why are you over here in the gutter, so to speak? Because for her to be from the kind of family she's from, her mom and her dad have had nothing but government contracts, millionaires. They made all their money off the government. Why is she not in the government? This is the thing that people need to start to attack. Why are you attacking black people? Why are you worried about black people? She loves to brag about her status. Throw that in her face. Throw it in her face. You so high and mighty and you got white privilege. Why do you have your white ass in our faces? Why are you worried about black people? You don't have to live around any kind of black people. You know? Your parents are government contractors. Her mom is some kind of feminist who was involved in some international, organizations and stuff. Instead of her focusing on herself and her life and building herself up, she stays in black people's faces. This is her default button. When all else is failing, I can go antagonize black people. So she started off antagonizing black women. Black women wrote her off. When they put her on the pedestal, black women was like, she ain't shit. She's a grifter. She's here to get what she can. She's here to steal, destroy, and pillage. Okay? And nobody was wrong. But see, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of black men, they got some coon in them. They got hidden coon. And I'm not making this about race. I'm not attacking black men. I've been attacking Pearl because Pearl attacks black people. But Obsidian came up there that night and he literally, on this Know Nothing channel, it's not even a big channel, he argued with me and the host, and mostly me leading the charge, for no less than 2.5 hours. Oh, he was caping hard for Pearl. I asked him several questions. I said, Obsidian, did you make any money? No. Did you get a percentage? Did you get anything at all? You did all that caping. You hosted her multiple times. You did all of this stuff to defend Pearl when she was offensive. And how did Pearl get to that position? Let's just go back in history a little bit. They put her on a pedestal. They said she was telling black men's reality. She was going to help men. So you got a 20-something-year-old ugly ass white girl, and she's supposed to help black men or men in general because she's using her voice. No experience, no life, um, no lifelong work that she's done, nothing she's accomplished. She's just a white girl with a big mouth, and she don't mind being offensive. And everybody's supposed to just bow down and listen to her. Okay, well, we see how that turned out. She turned around and she basically sided with white supremacy, despite the fact that she does what? She swims in the gutter because she picked up her first boyfriend, a black man, off of the streets of Chicago. He was homeless. Fatty did a good job of bringing that up. Chasing homeless black men. That's the best you can do, girlfriend. With all that privilege and family got contacts, multi-million dollars and all this other stuff. You got how many brothers and sisters? 6 of them. You got this big old family. Everybody got access and money and prestige. And the best you can do is pick up a homeless black man. And you took him to your father's property and let him stay there and fix him up. You did that so you could control him. She has a history. It's a long history of controlling black men, dominating black men. She don't want to be bothered with black men who actually have power, who are self-actualized. You see how she ran away from the lead attorney? Yeah, she don't want to be around that type of black man. She got to be around and spend energy with weak black men who give her attention, give her undeserved status. But that's the thing. You got to ask yourself, why is Pearl platforming Nick Fuentes, right? You all up in black people's faces, and you swim in the gutter because you don't have any choices. White men don't want her. We saw her so-called best friend. She had a whole group of girlfriends when she was in private school, and those white girls came forward and they basically said that she's a throwaway. That white men didn't want her. Nobody was attracted to her in the high school. This is how she ends up harassing. I said that earlier on the stream, that you have girls who are sexually aggressive towards male teachers. Pearl's a perfect example. She did that. Perfect example. She did that. She set that coach up. for the fall. And he happens to be a what? A black man. She has a history of dragging black men. And this is the person that they had to make excuses for. And she had Nick Fuentes on there. She said she called them guys my Africans. That's her second boyfriend that I know of. I don't even know what happened to him. I guess she sent him back to Africa where he came from. She exploited and used all these different Sarah, set him up with bad, opportunities, a lot of mistrust, misdeeds. You know, she had mediocre tutorials. She dragged him to. She struck and tore down Sarah's channel because he didn't want to continue working with her. She can't take rejection. She's highly aggressive. The woman is angry. And I'm going to tell you why she's angry. She's angry because all her friends, and this is what people need to see, she's a failed white woman with all the privilege. She has the American dream. She lives in a freaking castle. Parents with multi-million dollars, government connected. She got all the connections. Her mama can probably get on the phone and get her any kind of job. But what is she doing? She's a failure. She's not using none of them connections, none of that white privilege, nothing. Nothing. What is her education based on? What did she get a degree in? You went to school and for what? To get on the internet and harass and antagonize black men? She said recently that black women like criminals, particularly. Lies. Black women like criminals. That caused people to say, well, who are the criminals? Because mostly black women date black men. Who are you talking about? Oh, she had her belief about black men, even though she be in y'all face and y'all pander to her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She basically said that 33% of all black men are criminals. And this is the same one now who's supposed to be the great white hope. She the one supposed to save the black men and take their complaints and their gripes to the government. She's supposed to fix it all, right? That's according to Obsidian, who defended her. According to BGS, he said she was a tool. I talked to him last night on the stream. I talked to BGS. I'm a clip it. I'm a clip it. I said, what happened today? I thought Pearl was supposed to save y'all brothers. I thought she was looking out for y'all's best interest. She gonna save black boys. What happened to that? Because right now she's riding that white supremacist race war, far extreme right grift. And she talking shit about y'all. She's saying y'all are the problem. She's got black fatigue. She has black fatigue. And what I have done in my post most recently, you'll see I have screenshots of her and her commentary from those streams. She's done several streams. She's done several streams about the crime rate and black men. And in those comments, right, in the post on Pearl's channel, she got people talking about we need to get rid of them. Why can't they stop doing crime? What's wrong with them? There's something wrong with them inherently. You can't do anything for these people. She blames black women for loving criminals. That's what she said. We love criminals. And she blames black men for mostly being criminals. She said 33%. She got on the lead attorney's channel. You go to a black man and you talking that crap over there. She talking crap directly to black men. Directly. Using their platforms to promote her crazy. Feel free. The link is there for anybody who wants to have a comment. Feel free. Okay, I can help you. Feel free. But think about that, the audacity. So right now the wave is Trump, right? And she's not doing well. I just looked at her strings. I just looked at Pearl's strings. Pearl has anywhere on an average 8,000. How do you have almost 3 million viewers? There you go. You want some spray? Yeah. Okay, let me give you the spray. Don't spray too much. You know how you spray too much sometimes. Don't spray too much. I'll give you some table napkins too. But think about that. She got 8,000, 10,000 views, right? At the most, at this point, she getting 20,000. And she working her little heart out. She over there doing all them shorts. Or she got some Africans in Nigeria working hard for pennies. She likes to enslave people. She's a slave master. That's how she got all that blowback. Because she called them my Africans and talked about how she was going to, and that was her, I forgot the guy's name, but that was her second so-called boyfriend. My question is, where the white man at? Pearl got all this smoke that she can offend people, and she's so high and mighty and so privileged she can judge everybody. My question is, why is your life a mess? Why are you a failure? Why are you digging in the gutter? Why you got to go to Chicago and get a raggedy ass, obese, unattractive, I'm just going to call it, ugly black man who's down on his luck, and you got to pack him up and make him a boyfriend because you a control freak, you crazy. The chick is something wrong with her. I'm going to go back to that. She's failing. And why is she failing? Because the truth of the matter is, a white woman with all them connections and then status, the family she got, the family connections, resources, money. I'm going to tell y'all how this works. She was supposed to, in her private school, and if worse came to worse, from high school to college, she was supposed to meet her a nice Brad. What happened, Pearl? What happened to your nice Brad, Pearl? What got you out here so desperate that you driving through Chicago looking on the streets for a homeless, fat, ugly Negro? What's wrong with you, Pearl? Why you failing? Huh? What happened to Brad? Why Brad didn't show up? What happened to Brad? We got to ask these kind of questions. This is the reason why she's in black people's face. You see what I'm saying? This is why. This is why. Because she's failing. She is failing miserably for the status that she's supposed to be at and the access she's supposed to have. She is failing miserably. And don't nobody want to correct her. Don't nobody want to call her out. Her best friend, white girl, called her out. She showed all the pictures. Look, this is us when we were in high school. Look, this is us graduating from college. We're all married now. All of us are married. Pearl is jealous. No white guys like Pearl. So we got a history. We know for a fact she can't get a white man, especially a white man of any status. So she goes to the gutter. So her second boyfriend that I'm aware of is this African she done hired from London. I don't know what happened to him. I ain't heard his name no more. He ain't around no more. But he was working for her. So she got her an in-house slave and some DICK, clearly, right? Something she can control. Nobody's calling this out. Nobody's looking at what you got here. You got a controlling, hardcore. Pearl is a hardcore, boss bitch, radical feminist who competes with men for their own fucking content. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody is seeing that at all. They just see, oh, that's a white woman. Put her on the pedestal where she belongs. Put her on the pedestal where she belongs. That's what Obsidian did, and that's what BGS did. Hey, what's up, professional victims? Hate me, laugh out loud. Hey, y'all, I put the link there, so feel free. Feel free. Text me in the chat if you hit the link and I don't see it. I'm moving around. Y'all know I be multitasking. But nobody's talking about why she's failing. And the reason that she's failing is relevant because that's why she's in black people's business. That's why she's trying to participate in the race war. She want to add to the extreme far right. Now all of a sudden, black men are the problem, right? She's all up in your face though. But it ain't like we didn't know that she was gonna go this way. Sister George called it out. Sexy Red called it out. A whole lot of black women. A lot of black women got disrespected. Sister Goddess. A lot of the women over there was offended. Even, ugly frog face, Crimson Cure. That was a bit too far for her. Even she had to make her a string. Shay Sade with her pick me ass. She had to weigh in. Pearl pissed off a lot of people because them bras be pandering and sucking up and pick me in and man me in all day long. Right? Trying to grow their channels and benefit. And here come White Pearl. She swoop in. And she steals the crown. Queen of the manosphere. And black men handed it to her. This ain't about going back and forth with black men. I'm not doing that. I'm giving y'all a history of how this thing happened. How they gave Pearl the crown. They put her ass on a pedestal. And she ain't the only one. I call it out. They got mad with me because I said, hey, who is this Maggie? Who is this broad? She everywhere. She got wrenches on all these manosphere channels. BGS, all them. Hey, Maggie, they just love them. They suckers for a white female. Ugly, retarded, old, illiterate, degenerate. They don't care. You go to them some of them coon channels and see how they worship just I mean trash. Just trash. When it comes to white women, there are no standards required. Do you hear me? That's a curse. When it comes to white women, no standards are required. None. So they can get in where they fit in. They could be the lowest of the low. They could be criminals. They could be whores. They can have a track record from here to hell. And they still get a pedestal. They love that shit. That's why this is always their default. They can always fall back on that. Worst come to worst, I can run and fuck with the black community on some good or bad. I can run over there. But the white men, when they saw her coming, 'cause she went to them first now, so that means y'all, the black manosphere was second choice. 'Cause she went to get permission from the white men. Roll to Tomasi and all them. Like, bitch, you gonna get your ass out of here? Oh, grifting ass. Because guess what? She's supposed to be. Guess what she's supposed to be? Why you failing, Pearl? You know what she's supposed to be? She's supposed to be married to a Brad. That's why Pearl is failing. She's out here doing what she's doing out of desperation. She's not winning. She got money. She got resources. She's getting that bank. No, she's not. No, she's not. She's sad. Pearl is sad. Considering her background and how she was set up to be, she's sad. She's failing and she's losing. And I think a lot of y'all just not acclimated to white culture, upper middle class culture, and what that's supposed to be. Let me tell you how that was supposed to go. When she was in high school and going to that private school, she was supposed to, like her friends, have had a couple of potential husbands. You understand? And 9 times out of 10, when they all went to college, they would either choose the same college or they would stay in contact. And then they would get what? They would get married. Yeah, that's how that's supposed to work. Did Pearl get that? No. Instead, she's harassing her coach, trying to make him say sweet nothings to her, and that didn't happen because he was professional. So she later accuses him when she's mad, right? That's what she was working on, harassing the grown married coach, a professional black man. That's what she spent her time on. She couldn't get a Brad, so that's what she did. So when she gets to college, there's nobody there. The college men don't want her. She's getting no dates, no energy, no feedback. They pick up on that dyke energy, to be honest with you. She looks like Larry Bird. She looks like a man. She looks like a trans to me. She's ugly. She's a horse face. The bitch is ugly. She's funny shaped, not feminine. She has a bitch. I mean, not a bitch, people that too, but she has a butch characteristic about her. If you look at her hard enough, she's got a butch characteristic. She had a little lesbian in it. I think she might be bisexual. I think if she get desperate enough, she'll go that way, honestly. But she can't get a white man. Y'all understand that? She's a throwaway. She's a leftover. Undesirable. She's ugly. I'm just telling y'all the facts. So that's why she be dibbling and dabbling, going down into the gutter. That's what it is. And I don't mean that because I see black men that way. But look what kind of man she picked. You done picked a third world African who's in London on how long of a visa? And you buying him. You're paying him. You own him. He works for you. And now you put that on his title too. You're going to be my boyfriend if you want to come to America. And that worked for a little while, but she threw him away too. I don't know what happened to him. I ain't heard of him since. They say she got a new man. They say he's a what? A Dominican. And when I heard that, I said, oh, Lord, a Dominican? Hold on, here goes some people. Let me see. Ashe, what's up?
Oh, what's going on?
Hey, man, tomorrow, how are you? I'm talking shit. What's going on? What's your thoughts?
I mean, for her, I mean, she's kind of leaving that window of fertility, and it's kind of crazy that all these people who put all these hopes and dreams into this woman still haven't picked nobody of substance. It's
Right.
kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
It is. It's very weird. That's what I'm saying. I think that a lot of men don't want to touch these type of topics. They just want to, argue the points. But we got to ask why is she here? Why is she in people's faces? What is going on with her? And you're absolutely right. She talks about, the wall, and she picks at women about being old and fat and all these things. And somehow she has this force field that nobody can look at her and her life and why she's not able to do any of the things that she's promoting. None of that family and wife. She's not doing any of that. And yeah, her eggs are drying up. Absolutely.
I mean, but you have to realize the dudes who needed her to be their voice, though. What type of sorry pieces of shit who wanted a woman to just pretty much talk nice to them and not give them anything? Like that's a whole problem kind of within itself. And I thank Obsidian for actually bringing her on because she never really talked about how conservative she was until I directly asked her that fucking question. And then she kind of leaned off into the conservative piece like shortly after that because you steered clear of that shit before. But then
Ah,
once I asked her that question on Obsidian show, that's when she kind of leaned into it. But I don't have a problem with her. It just says a lot about the people who listen to her. Like I don't have a problem with Derek Jackson, but it does say a lot about the women who actually listen to Derek Jackson and
right.
think that they're gonna get some shit out of Derek Jackson. Right.
But it doesn't offend you. Like right now, recently, she has been saying that black men are criminals and they're the problem, and she's getting on that alt right. That doesn't concern you at all, or what are your thoughts?
No, no, no. She was gonna have to go that route because um, that's naturally the shit you fall into when you go into the alt right route. You have to play the fucking game. You have to say the talking points. You have to like when she was on what was that Jesse Lee Peterson shit
Okay.
and being a part of that stupid shit. Like that's what you have to go through in order to be on the right. You have to be in these type of zones. Like I don't have a problem with it. It just shows you how fucking gullible and dumb men are to think that they just needed a woman's voice to say the stupid shit that's inside their head. I mean, these are just clown ass fucking dudes who I'm glad that they are not fucking and getting people pregnant. Yeah, so like the dumb nigga DNA is kind of dying with them, and they don't see a way in society because the youth don't want to fucking fuck with them at all, and they're just online talking to people who who are already lost. And you can't set this shit up in front of people who give a fuck about their sons and daughters and think that somebody gives a shit about what these dudes are saying overall. And here's the thing. It's always going to be another person who go through and this shit because these people are looking to be grifted. They're looking to be grifted. They're looking to be escorted back into the same circumstances that they claim they want to dodge. So I look, this these dudes want to do with their life. I say let them be. Let them fucking be. End of the day, nobody wants them, and that's just that. It's a good thing for me, knowing that these motherfuckers are not about to keep the dumb nigga DNA train going for like another couple of generations, right? So now we have to deal with like a 20-year time period of cleaning out the, like the arteries of, the black community with all these backed up niggas, who can't fucking get their shit off. Like there ain't gonna be no more J Princes. There not gonna be any more J Rellos. It just ain't gonna be any more of that. So the dumb nigga DNA, it just is not going to spread to multiple generations after this shit's over with. So I'm pretty happy about it. So
Yeah. And MOT, I think that's one of the things that disturbed me most about this whole space is the normalcy of dysfunction that people seem to actually buy into. I do not, I swear to you, I do not. I know there's crazy stuff and degeneracy out here. I know it. It has to exist. But
the
I
space
have
wasn't always
not.
like this though. The space
But I'm not
wasn't
even
like
talking. I'm
this.
talking about even just in real life, though. Just in real life, they actually believe that all black men are failing. They can't do better. Everything is gloom and doom. There's no
They are correct.
opportunities.
That they are
I don't
correct. The
believe
niggas that
that.
they are around. No, no. The dumb niggas that
Oh,
they hang around is going through that. Now, actual black men who are actually of fucking substance,
right,
they've already stepped the fuck off from dumb niggas. It's just that dumb
right.
niggas are trying to figure out how to fucking screw each other over, and the only thing they got was coming online with the dumb shit. And you have the grand band himself, the grand bitch ass nigga, BGS and all these fucking
BGS,
creepy ass fucking PhD weird niggas who don't know shit about American history. T.S.R. Johnson been in fucking academia since the fucking .com bubble burst. Like none of this shit makes sense. None of it makes sense about when is this shit going to get better. To them, it's best as it's going to get.
right. And I don't understand that. And I think that's where I can't seem to divorce in my mind. I keep saying y'all gotta have hope. Yes, you gotta stop this gloom and doom. That's not reality. And I have been trying and trying, and maybe I'm
No,
futile
no, no, no,
and,
no.
and,
It
and I'm
is a
stupid.
reality for them. It is a reality. You have to understand. Nobody wants to fuck with these people in real life. That's why they're online. You know how much of a minute People these are. And here's the thing, they attract other weird black men from other countries that actually function to be online helping them complain about shit that they ain't trying to solve. These people live in socialist countries, listening to dumb niggas online. So it's like, all right, man,
Oh my
just
God.
look, leave them out there. At the end of the day, they have to spend all their time online. They will destroy anything that they fucking come in contact with, just like the manosphere. But the manosphere is the last place that they're gonna be able
He
to
said
destroy.
anything they come in contact with.
Anything they come in contact with. These are fucking reptiles. You let them in the house. Next thing you know, they shitting and pissing and fucking wiping their ass on the carpet. No, you can't take these dumb niggas anywhere.
And I think that's
That's
just, I
it.
think that I go back to my social self. I think that's why I discovered this. And then there's a whole bunch of other angry men and stuff. I think they'll grow out of it. But this
Why you
group
think
that's
they have
been,
to jump you on panels? What the fuck you think gonna happen if they run into women in the real fucking world? They're gonna do the same fucking thing. They're gonna make her answer for every woman that never wanted to fuck them. And you know what the woman's gonna say? Out of here.
right, right. I think that's my teacher and my, was that social worker and that, but all you got to do is, I think that's that part of me, that compassionate teacher.
Oh,
I
oh
troll and I
no.
make jokes.
Oh no, you don't
Huh?
have compassion with niggas. Oh no. Oh no, niggas is they final form. It's like gremlins. Them niggas are not going back. Them niggas ate after midnight and turned into some other shit.
Oh,
That's where
wow.
they at. Yeah, you gotta
This is
leave them
my,
motherfuckers the fuck alone. Yeah.
this is my hypothesis because I have had students that they come in and they look like gremlins. I'm just relating to my past career. They look like gremlins, everything about them is all fucked up, this and that. And you could easily write
Yeah.
them off, right? I have a
Yeah.
history of that. And I had a lot of males in my class. And so I would be cracking that shell, just cracking that shell. I got to figure out what angle to win you over. And I used to win over so many of my male students. I would lift them up and speak life into them, and I would watch them walk across the graduation and become somebody new. I'm used to that, and so I think that was my natural instinct with this group. But it gets so frustrating because I keep telling BGS, you don't let nobody graduate, brother. When can
No,
they
but
graduate?
no, but BGS and Obsidian is the same person. They can only thrive within chaos and blackmail failure. That's the only way that they can have a fucking voice. If shit actually fucking functions appropriately, you wouldn't need some 65-year-old sexless man fucking trying to help you get your shit off about women you ain't even dating. And he ain't even dating either. Like, look, it's meant to attract a specific type of man. And those type of men are the men who don't need no fucking help with anything.
Right,
Leave them here. This is the last place. Think about it. BGS can only be here within the actual black manosphere that he's actually destroying. He can't go anywhere. He can't interview with anybody. He can't go anywhere. I mean, it's bad enough Tia Son and all these dudes are lying. I mean, these are just pathetic ass niggas. I mean, yes, these are just pathetics. Pathetic ass fucking men who can't do shit with their fucking life, but come online and hang out with other fucking lost niggas. There's nothing else here to think about, talk about, or act about. These people are in their final fucking form. It doesn't matter to me. I mean,
right,
at the end of the day, they can keep lying about the history of the space and all that. But all the reasonable people who could be helped left. And all the
right.
people who
You
joined the
graduate.
manosphere
You
after the
graduate.
fucking, yes. And all the people who came here after the Kevin Samuel shit, those are the people who you can't help. These are the people who should not be fucking. And here's the thing, black women woke the fuck up and they're not fucking with these dumb niggas no more. That's what they're mad about. They're mad
Yeah,
about
there's
that.
there's a lot of anger around that lack of
Here's the thing,
access. I
their
see
anger
it.
is fucking justified. But here's the thing, they ain't got no way of fucking handling the situation because they can't take their dumb nigginess to another fucking generation. They can't go to any other people, especially not culture people. Okay? The shit's over with. They dumb niggas had a good run. Okay? They had a great run. They
and,
had a
and my
great
thing
run.
is, I'm listening.
They had a great run. They fucked up the black community. They can only attract the women that have all the problems. They can't attract no woman of fucking substance because a woman of substance and a fucking father is not gonna let her be around dumb
Oh,
niggas like that.
absolutely not. You
Not
don't
gonna
have
happen.
access. I keep telling them that though. They don't listen to me. I keep saying, you guys. A lot of y'all not realizing you don't have access. Doesn't mean something doesn't exist. You just can't access it because of who you are. And
Right.
if you don't step your life up or you're not at a certain level, you are never going to meet. So every woman who's black is not Keisha. It's just you only have access to the lowest level, Keisha. That's the
Yeah,
difference. They
that's
don't want
what
to
it
believe
is.
me. They don't want to believe me.
And
They
therefore,
don't
all
want-
women are Keishas because they can't have any at all. Therefore,
Right.
all women are this. I'm like, look, it doesn't matter what they fucking think. They don't have any experience. If you want to listen to a guy who is your stereotypical feminist by actual look, no, no, don't they talk shit about women with fucking weave and all that shit? Now, if you didn't know any better, you would think that Tia Son Johnson would be that exact black feminist woman, right?
Hmm.
Glasses, long fucking hair, claim himself to be a masculinist, knowing full fucking well there ain't nothing fucking masculine about the way you look, the way you act, or hiding in fucking education for 20 fucking years. There ain't nothing masculine about that. This nigga haven't touched earth, haven't dealt with the actual things in society. He's literally trying to live off of black male problems, just like BGS is, just like Obsidian is, just like Kevin Samuels was doing. This is these niggas' dream. These niggas' dream is to sit here and live off of these fucking problems and not solve them.
And see, that's where I do the dance with BGS because I told him, I said, you can still make money, but you
No, no,
can
no.
help people graduate. You
Till
could actually
he,
help them heal. You can
no,
help.
no.
You can heal them. He has the power
He
to
ain't
help them.
trying to do that. He hasn't
That's what I
healed
see.
himself. The thing
That's
is,
what I see.
he's happy that he can be around these people and mislead them. Because in his real life, he can't go around this community and do this shit. He can't do it. He can't do this shit in his actual fucking community. Who the fuck is gonna let their kids be around some grown ass fucking loser? Nobody. Dude, this is it for these niggas. That's it.
I think you're a
There's
little
nothing new.
extreme calling him a loser. I don't know if he's a loser. He's had a life, but I,
I'm like,
huh?
listen, here, he's a
I'm
fucking
here.
loser. Any man that would go around keeping up this much shit and lying about this and bringing people here to fucking cover for his educational inadequacy. It's like BG has been here 15 years. He could have been got a doctorate. He
I
could have
thought
been
about
got a
that.
real job.
I
Yeah,
thought about that. Yeah, he could have been got multiple degrees. I did think that. I said, man, time y'all spend.
but he didn't. But he
All of
didn't.
these
You know
guys.
why?
That's what I'm saying. All of these guys. The time they spend with Dr. Thunder from 9 to 2. I was going in on Dr. Thunder the other day. 9 to 2, and then this person they got art installed and late at night. They got a whole schedule. I'm like, y'all could have had.
A
All of
24
y'all
hour
could have
dumb
had a
nigga network.
PhD.
That's what
Right?
they
Y'all
have.
could
A
have had a
24-hour dumb
PhD.
nigga network. A 24-hour dumb nigga network where shit don't fucking change. At the end of the
They
day,
could have
this is all
all.
they do have. And that's for now, because nobody is paying attention to them yet. But when they do start to pay attention to these motherfuckers, listen, I made them take all their content down. They took all their election content down. They took it all down.
What do you
So
mean?
apparently, no, they took all their content down from the actual election. I was going to do an expose on these people's shit, and they all took it all down. Tia San took it down. Dr. Thunder took it down. Ron Neal took it down. Joe Lewis channel no longer here. And like the associates of BGS channels did the same shit. They all took their content down. Roger Report. All these niggas took their fucking content down.
Okay, I'm trying to
They
understand the
ain't fucking
context.
with it.
What made them take it down? What was the issue?
The issue is what's coming. They don't want to be associated with this Trump shit.
Oh, you said okay. They were kissing Trump ass. Is that what you're saying? And then they decided
Kissing
that
Trump
wasn't the route
ass.
to go.
Yeah. And look. Yeah, they took all the content down. And then here's what BGS did. He took the content down, and then he turned around and did the same content that he fucking took down.
See, recycle it back.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Yeah, you can run around in circles with dumb niggas, but here's what you won't do. You won't jump your motherfucking ass on a live stream with a motherfucker who makes 7 figures. That's me. I don't have any fucking qualm with slicing these niggas' heads off. No
BGS
problem.
avoids you like the plague. I've noticed that. He
Yeah,
avoids
he
you
has
like
to.
the
He has to.
plague.
He
He'll,
has
he'll,
to.
he'll debate everybody but MOT.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because
Uh
I'm here to
oh.
knock
Hold
motherfucking
up.
teeth out of face.
add to the stage. That's Woo. Hey, Woo.
Hey, what's up?
What's
Chilling,
going on?
chilling.
I seen you was live, and I was like, let me come up and see what y'all talking about.
I'm
So,
talking
what
about that
what's
raggedy ass Pearl and these black men who are being victimized again after they've been put her on the pedestal. And MOT was one of them people at at the very beginning. He was like, nah, nah,
Yeah.
nah.
she going
I mean, because I
viral
see this
again?
play
Or
going from the first beginning. Like I see this shit a long ways out. That's why I keep doing the fucking content. Yes, I ran most of the motherfuckers off my channel who are subscribed to these other niggas. I don't care. I'm not trying to baby or trying to live off of dumb niggas. I'm not trying to do that. At the end of the day, if you're not gonna read, if you're not gonna go get a job, if you're not gonna go get a career, good. You should have no pussy. Period. Fuck you.
yeah, I agree.
What the fuck a problem? And look. End of the day, I deal with dumb niggas like this all the time. Real life. And you know what I don't do? I don't try to help them with a motherfucking thing. End of the day, now I do the content, actual fucking content check. I see how these dumb niggas, spend their time online. I see a whole bunch
Oh,
of trolling black women and all that shit. Like, nigga, please. I am not trying to help you with a motherfucking thing. You can go die with them. Fuck you.
Well, you know,
Don't need my help.
whoever still follows Pearl now, gotta be foolish because she's been
No,
exposed.
no,
You
no.
know,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to these dudes. They just wanted it to come out of a woman's mouth. All the dumb shit that they said. Like being Pearl is a very easy fucking thing. It's
mm-hmm.
very easy to be Pearl.
yeah.
When you have a preset of dumb niggas who just think that a woman saying all the stupid shit that's inside their head, her job is pretty fucking easy. It's not hard.
And that's why she don't respect them. And they don't want to see that. She got no
Look,
respect.
look. How BGS don't have any respect for his audience, Pearl don't have any respect for her audience too. Any person who has to come out here and do the same dumb shit every single day for years with no fucking actual progress, they hate doing that shit. Trust me. Unless you're a fucking sociopath,
Right.
you do not like doing the same exact shit every day with no actual things that change. But these
I didn't
people
even
got to
know
do it.
people. I didn't even know Pearl was still getting this much traction.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah, I mean, not online, but she is in the real world, and like, no, these other people are just, looking at her like the fucking clown and fool that she are. But it doesn't really matter when you got more and more men who think they feel validated by this shit. So I don't know what you say or do because
Well, this is the
there's no way she
season
could go that
of
far.
exposure anyway, because like even on X, it's been they just did an update, Elon, where it shows where a lot of these accounts where they basically like where they are located, and a lot
Oh,
of these.
oh, oh, should
Yeah, you
originate from.
seen
Oh,
that?
okay.
A lot of
Yes.
these accounts, ultra racist, ultra gender
Russian troll farms.
warring,
Yeah.
are
Russian troll farms. Yeah.
not even Russian. A lot of them come out of India.
Uh huh.
A lot of
Yeah.
them coming out of Africa,
Yeah.
Nigeria, Russia
What?
too. And it's like wow. And it's like so it's it's something's going on to cause a rift between I feel like between Americans. It's
And it
killing
works.
minds.
It works. I mean, that's our whole fucking history. It's white people being goaded into fighting the Civil War and fighting against the Civil Rights Movement, which they got nothing out of, to fight for fucking Trump. Now they taking all their welfare benefits and they fucking farming shit away. They never get anything out of what they fight for. Never. They never get anything out of it.
Yeah. Yes. White
Well,
men
to be
like
honest,
go ahead. Go ahead. I gotta do something
I was
here.
just gonna I'm just gonna throw out there that Pearl has kind of fallen off. For her to have 2 million something subs, and I don't know if that's concocted, but her views are like she can't even break 30,000. On average,
So
she's
does she
getting
still
anywhere
have her
between 80.
Africans? Her
Her
Africans?
Africans, I think they're gone because the amount of money in the housing of them and all of that stuff to move them from the UK to here and their visas. I don't think so. And I know one of them she was trying to turn into her boyfriend. That one she was going to work the hell out of as her slave. He was supposed to be her boyfriend living or whatever. He is
Oh,
gone, and they say she got a Dominican. And I was about to go in about the quality of Dominican men, but I'll save
oh
that for
wow.
later. I'll say that. I'll save that for later because I know some Dominican men are very good at being pampered princesses. They're very good at that. That's dick for sale. But yeah, so she fell off, but now because of Nick Fuentes and that whole thing, she's trying to jump back in. If y'all remember, before he was ever platformed by anybody, Pearl platformed him, and that's when she fell
Yes,
out
she
with the
did.
Black
A
Oh,
Manosphere.
long time
sure.
ago. A
Oh, see,
long
I
time
don't know
ago.
that hit. See, I don't know that history. So Pearl
Oh, I do. Yeah.
helped Nick grow, helped his platform grow. Is
Okay,
that what you're
no,
saying?
what it was is that she was looking to race bait just to try it
Uh
out, for her
huh.
grip. And so she started playing with, racial ideas. She was mostly trying to pick at black women. And where she fucked up was she was picking at black women, and that was okay. She had a lot of black people on panels. She was showcasing a lot of black people, talking about, she was showing a lot of ghetto quiches and stuff like that. She was doing that, and it was getting her a lot of black male attention. And then she decided, well, hell, let me see if I can throw this another direction, go take it up to another level, thinking these guys are so snowed, they're not even going to notice that I'm being racist towards them, too. Well, that didn't go so well when she brought Nick Fuentes. He said he hates race mixing, and he did all this other stuff. She was supposed to do a big come up, but it ended up backfiring. And Obsidian decided that he was going to run interference. But
Yep.
MOT and
Yep.
all kind of other black men, you could tell at MOT, they showed up and they showed out. And they was like, fuck no. MOT.
The thing was is that these dudes online are just not to be taken seriously. This is the only place that they have left to garner an audience because of algorithmatized dumb nigga shit. This is it. After this shit is over with, these people are gonna probably eat a lead projectile at fucking high speed, and that's it. This is it for them. There is no other place for these people on the planet except for right here. And at the end of the day, nobody needs these dumb niggas for a goddamn thing. Nobody needs dumb niggas right now. Nobody is looking for dumb niggas to come help them with anything or anything. They're going back to how useless that they always were, and there's nobody else's fault or problem with that. I said just wait them out. Wait them out.
I mean, it
The
is
only thing they
falling
can
off.
yeah, I mean because it always does. It's like they came in here and strong dumb nigga number and just ruined the fucking manosphere. The Manosphere was not about trying to bring some fucking woman back to the fucking table and all this kind of other shit. No, this shit was a grift to run on dumb niggas. And it was never meant to actually help men. It was here to put the platform dumb niggas and actual men who want to actually grift off of fucking black male pain. Like Tia Johnson. He came here. This dude's been in academia for 25 fucking years. He haven't had a real job in 25 years. 25 fucking years. 25. That's a long time of not being out here. Think about it. 9/11 happened and all types of other shit happened. This nigga's
Damn.
still in academia.
I'll be honest with you. I tried to study him. I tried to see what he was talking about, but dude is so boring. I don't last 5 minutes. I got ADHD. I can't last
No,
5 minutes in his stream listening to
it's
nothing he
not really
talk about.
boring. It's just that you can't connect this shit to actual men that is going to make it somewhere. This isn't something that you could connect to men who want to go somewhere in life. The only thing this is providing excuses to dumb niggas for being fucking dumb and fucking useless. Nobody cares about these type of people. At the end of the day, if you want somebody who's just online to sit here and head pat your fucking pain and not really give you anything to actually go for it, that's it. At the end of the day, listen, I could go up on their panel and I could fucking run their own panel and they can't even talk on their own shit. Why? Not men. They're not fucking men. They're just bitch ass niggas who 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 somehow think that going after women is somehow so masculine to them. Like, dude, this shit don't even mean anything.
And
Leave
see,
these
that's
niggas
where.
alone. No use arguing with them. But please get up there and just keep asking them relevant fucking questions and just keep getting jumped by a bunch of men who don't need shit. I heard that shit Charles Faulkner said. Fucking wild. You want to be a fucking okay? So you went and got all the muscles just to still be a fucking victim? It's fucking pathetic. Fucking pathetic. It's just
But
no real reason for it.
MOT, you gotta hear that part though about being a young man. That part I heard. You know, being a young man.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were there, but being a young
yeah,
man who is not feeling loved or appreciated, that's personal, and that's
yeah.
hard to deal with.
That's a
You know.
personal fucking problem, and you need to go get some real serious non-manosphere, real licensed, bonded, and insured motherfucking help with that. Niggas online is just gonna laugh at you for those issues, and they laughed at a bunch of men who had those issues that Charles is actually having. Like that self-worth shit is not going to be actually solved by coming online talking to a bunch of dumb niggas. You have to solve that issue with medical professionals who is trained not to try to make a whole bunch of money off of your circumstances, to try to
Hmm.
push you towards solution. And the thing is, these people are not men who want to solve problems. That's a them problem. I'm sorry.
And
If you
and
can't
what you're
come here to
saying,
solve problems, yeah,
absolutely, and what you're saying is exactly my. You know, that's been my plea to BGS. That's been my go back and forth with him. I'm like, at some point, people got to graduate BGS.
no,
At
no, they
some
don't.
point you have to have compassion and you have to allow healing to happen. And he always
He
said,
can't
I
let
can
them
tell
go.
you, he says, I tell you, I never told you I was a healer. I said, but I'm telling you, you need to be, because it's very dangerous to let people sit in limbo and gloom and doom. That's not good. There's no good to that. It can't be good. These
He
men
don't
need healing.
care. He's here to make money off of these dumb niggas. He don't give a fuck about these dudes healing about this shit. Them having these problems is what gave him his voice in the first place. You really think this guy is trying to go back to being not known for anything? No. What he wants to do is he wants to make a whole bunch of money off of these dumb niggas online. And look, you got to be able to point out what type of person, how come you don't talk about your father figure, your grandfather figure? I want to know if these people came from a long line of bitch ass niggas or are they the only ones? Seems to me they are the only ones.
And to your credit, I really stick to that story that you tell about your grandfather and how he
Yeah,
encouraged you to get up out the Mississippi Delta. I actually went, I think
yeah.
I told you that. I actually went to see what it was like, and I understand exactly what you mean. It's very slow, and it's not a
We're
whole
talking
lot.
about the 80s. He was like, you got to leave. There is no
Right.
fucking choice. You got to get the fuck out of here. Like, look, he was able to survive. He drove cab and cut grass and built shit on one leg. After World War II, they didn't give him his GI Bill benefits for a fucking
What's
while
up,
because
Gabe?
that's just the way, Mississippi is.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that looking around, he's seen these people coming in the early fucking 80s. I can remember growing up. He was like, "You see that? That woman gonna have about 7 or 8 kids, and this community is gonna be unrecognizable in 15 years." And he was not fucking wrong. Those women was spitting out those fucking kids. They didn't give a fuck about them, and that's what it was. And at the end of the day, you have to be able to understand that these men had a lot of problems before they came to this manosphere shit. They had a lot of unsolvable fucking problems. That was their issue to fix. They didn't want to fix it. They wanted to just blame women for shit. And that's not natural for you to be blaming a person that you love, that you desperately want to be with, who don't have any
Right.
use for your motherfucking ass. So the only thing you have to do is just keep trolling her forever for
Right. Right.
okay.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so what is that gonna do? Okay, so they jump you on BGS's panel. What is that gonna do? These dudes wanted a society that was slow enough for them, that didn't have any progress for them. And then that's why they want to take education away from women. That's why they want to take all opportunities away from women so that way they can reorganize the conversation around themselves. It doesn't make any sense.
It
And I'm
doesn't.
just
It
like, look,
doesn't.
look, this is the pain of what happens when you invest into the wrong concept for years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
And
invested because they thought that being a dumbass nigga with nothing to fucking show for it, and they want to be under the heel and the boot of these women that they complaining about. They
they
want to
do.
be
They
throwaway
do.
dick. They
They
do.
do.
They desperately want to be throwaway dick to these women that do not give a fuck about them. What happens when the woman just says, you know what? I'll just move on to other dudes who got their shit together, and your whole inventory of dumb nigga DNA is no longer needed.
Absolutely. And I'll
Yeah, so
say
what do you
this,
do at that
and
point?
then I want to let Andre say something. I'll say this real quick. I tried to talk. I try to talk to BGS, and I know maybe I'm wasting time,
You
and
are.
and yeah, I may be, but that maybe that teacher want to save a brother, in me. But I keep saying to him, I said, look at Deepak Chopra. He made a whole like he was able to reach the world. He's international. He's a healer. He gives people. You can make money, BGS, and you can actually help people. So that's the point I've been trying to make to him. Get out of the gloom and doom. Sell these brothers some real hope and actually encourage them. But I hear what you're saying, Andre. What's your
But
thoughts? Andre is a follower
but
of
May, but
BGS.
May,
Yeah. Hmm.
BTS used to be that person. I have the live streams. He used to be that person. Like when I first came around 10 years ago, he pretended like he was that person. But once Kevin Samuels blew up, all these motherfuckers wanted to live off of blackmail problems and they didn't want to give up
Oh,
The
see, I didn't
switch
know
up.
the
that.
Kevin Samuels piece.
The switch up.
I didn't
And
know
actually
that.
turned them into that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that. What's
and
up? What's up, Gabe?
Hey, hey, hey. How's it going?
oh, it's going
Good,
good.
good.
Oh, Gabe A? What's going on,
Yeah,
Gabe?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be over here.
Yeah, like, yeah. You're like, they don't know
Just real quick.
about the time period that BGS was pretending like he gave a shit about black men and them actually getting it. Yeah, like they don't
No.
remember that. And that history he just took down. Like he took down his election content. They just take it
See,
Well,
down and rerun the
I
same
well,
never
shit
knew
since
that.
'72.
I never knew that. I never
Yeah.
knew that. Let's let Andre
well,
go real quick, and then Gabe. Then Gabe.
Okay.
Andre, what's up? You've been waiting for a
uh,
second. What's going on?
yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Just real quick. Yesterday, like I was on a panel with you as well. Like just yesterday, like I just wanted to mention that, like actually, like Hood Conservative was actually covering that Pearl when she went over to Fatty that debate thing, and he actually disagreed with her, saying because she was saying that like 60% of like like American black men like went to jail before the age of 25. He actually disagreed with that, and there was like a few white people that actually agreed that she was wrong as well. I just wanted to ask BGS about it. Like I'm not on no like trying to
Okay.
pick no sides,
Andre.
no none of that shit. But it's just I'm just
Yeah.
curious. I just wanted to hear his thoughts on it. But it's like,
Uh,
well, I was just getting
okay, Andre.
interrupted every time I tried to just ask the
Uh,
question.
Andre. I can guarantee you what's gonna happen. He gonna bite your fucking head off. The moment that you ask him a legit fucking question, it's gonna be no different than me asking him a legit question. You know full well that if you ask that dude a legit question, because people are not there legitimately to solve problems. Like when you say stupid shit that you don't want to take a side, oh nigga, you took a side. Trust me. That's why your ass is still
Well,
over there.
Well, I thought it was interesting because like you already know like Hood Conservative, like he's on like pretty much the anti-black stuff for entertainment and stuff. Like I get that. Whatever he
Okay,
has
okay,
to make
okay.
his money, I get it.
Okay,
But
okay,
it's
okay.
like
Whoa, 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 whoa,
like
whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's stop right here. That dumb shit that just came out of his mouth, whatever it takes to make money, that's the type of stupid shit of why you don't need to fucking be here. You're from
well
Canada.
that that's
How the
that
fuck do you
that
wait, hold on.
that, that
How do you
that's
track
that's
down
not what I'm
these
on.
dumb niggas to fucking be here? You're from Canada. Solve your Canadian issues. Why are you in the United States listening to anti-black black men? Where's your Canadian content? Why are you
Well,
here? Why
actually,
are you
That's a
here?
okay,
huge issue right now. It's a lot of
so
foreigners in
actually,
Black American
so
business right now.
so
Facts.
actually, if you let me answer the question, actually, the reason why I even found BGS in the first place, I was listening to a Canadian content creator. That's how I found him. Is off
Okay,
a Canadian
so
content creator.
beyond
Oh,
that, you've been
okay.
hanging around him beyond that content creation. So what I'm saying is, how do you end up listening to all these dumbass motherfucking people? And you claim that you
Well,
want
like,
progress, right? Do you
well,
want
the reason
progress?
the reason being is that I was listening to, well, it was a black Canadian content
Gosh, he
creator,
does this
but
all the time. Never answers a question. Talks
okay.
So he's
all
asking
around the
you, why
question.
do you
Well,
need it? He's
like,
Bizarre.
asking you why. He's asking the why.
I'm actually answering the question, but I'm being
You're not
interrupted.
answering the
But
question.
No, you're
You're not
not.
even
so
coming anywhere close
okay,
to it.
like this is May's channel. If I'm able to speak, I'm just saying that like I initially found
Okay,
him
May,
off
May,
of
May, could you have him wrap up his point of why the fuck he's here as a Canadian?
yes.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
Andre, just don't tell us who and all of that other stuff. Just explain, why do you need this type of content? Why? We're not gonna judge the why. Just tell us why. That's what we want to know.
yeah, that's literally what I'm doing. I was saying that like I was actually listening to You know, it was a black dude in Canada that I was listening to when I found BGS, actually. You know, and I didn't see anybody else that was talking the same kind of stuff that was also
Why
black.
do you need the same kind of stuff? That's the question. Why do you
What
need
is the
this
same kind
kind
of
of
stuff?
stuff? Yeah, what is it?
Well, the same kind of stuff, like just speaking out for like, you know, like issues that men are having and stuff. I didn't see
No,
anybody
no, no,
else
no,
black
no.
that
All
was
men are not having
talking
these
that kind of stuff.
issues. Am
Well,
I having
I
these
never
issues?
said all men. I never
Is
said all men.
is Gay Bay having these issues? No.
Mhm.
I never
It
said all
seems
men.
No.
So you're putting words in my mouth.
No, you did say all men. Like you said, these are the issues that all men are having. That was the sentence
you know
that
we're
you said.
listening to what's coming out of your mouth, right? Like,
Yeah, I never said all men. I just said that like I was
All right.
seeing that men in general were having these issues. Not all men, but men in general were
okay,
having these
uh,
issues. So,
Okay.
and
okay. So now
like
that you have enough information, what's the solution for you?
the solution for me is that I'm going about my business is what I'm doing. Like I wouldn't be here if I was just like just going along to get along and shit. I wouldn't be here.
You're still
So
What
what are the
participating.
solutions?
Are you getting
what the
fed?
fuck?
Uh, well,
Are
on
Yeah, I was
you?
this
going to say, what are the
specific channel,
solutions that you found in this space? What solutions have you found that apply to your life?
the solutions that I found was the main thing was like figuring out just have a conversation with like like my father directly instead of just going off of what I heard kind of stuff. Just that is the main thing that I've found from the space.
So wait, so you
Did you
didn't
talk to your
previously
father
have the
yet?
perspective? Yes, I was going to say, so you didn't previously have the perspective of your father by listening
No,
to content creators and wait 1 second, by listening to content creators in this space that encourage you to have a conversation with your father about his perspective on things.
yeah, because they were just like, you never know what they have to deal with, and I never knew that. So yes,
So
I did that.
you couldn't see, you couldn't see as a 35-plus-year-old grown man that, hey, there's a perspective of my father that I'm missing. You needed this space in order to encourage that.
Well, this actually happened about like 5 years ago, something like that.
I'm not asking about how long it's happened. I'm saying if you needed this space in order to make sure that you get the perspective of your biological father. Content like BGS is, yeah.
Well, actually, I actually had a relationship with my father. It's just like I never knew like everything he went through. This is what I'm saying,
But you're saying that
Okay, so how come you couldn't ask him?
All right. Exactly.
Oh,
Why don't you just go to him and ask him his perspective? You didn't need this space.
So Andre,
Nobody does.
So what we asking is, 5 years ago, before you even listened to somebody who's black from Canada to escort you to BGS online of doing the same shit, you couldn't
I
figure
never
that
said
out on
I
your
got that
own?
from BGS. I never got that from BGS.
Okay,
Oh my
allow me
God.
to finish answering my question. Okay, so you said 5 years ago, which led you to come online to listen to these type of people. You couldn't figure out that you needed to talk to your father about the issues with your father and how he grew up. You needed the actual online conversation to kickstart your actual ingenuity to ask those questions. You needed the online conversation to be like, I wonder what my father's actual growing up circumstance was like. So you didn't think to ask any of those questions when you talked to
That
people
is not
online.
what I said at all.
All right.
Well, like
Well,
actually,
I'm done asking this
what's
fucking dumb nigga questions.
okay?
I've
All
asked
right,
him
all
multiple
right. You have a good one.
times. No.
No, he's not calling
There's
you a
no more
dope.
talking to you
Okay.
about this conversation. Somebody else can ask the. Okay, so the question that I'm trying to get to that somebody else can ask because I'm no longer going to ask this guy this while he run around in concentric circles. The question
Mhm.
that needs to be asked: how come you couldn't talk to your father about how he was raised any other time in your life except coming to online conversations? Because somebody else asked
So
him that.
so right now you're
Mhm.
asking me. You're saying that I was asking how he was raised. I never said that at all. Like the thing that I learned was that to like
Okay, so
ask
let's
him
stop
about
right
like
here. Okay, let's
what
stop right here.
he went
You
through.
just said
You're
it.
talking about
You
some
just
stuff
said
that I
that you
didn't
were
say.
wondering about your father and how he was raised. You just
I
said
didn't
that
say
not even
that.
two and
I
a half
did not
minutes
say
ago.
that. Like, dog, you could play it back. I did not say that.
You did say that.
I
Andre,
did.
man.
I did not say how he was raised. I
You
was
didn't
talking
say
about
that?
Yes,
like
what you got from this space? We actually, what you got from this space? You said
I was saying
by
what he
listening
went
in this
through, not
space
how he
that
was
you.
raised. There's two different things.
But I'm saying, like,
what he went through,
why
not
did you
how he's
need this
raised.
space? So why did you need this space in order to get the perspective of what he went through? Why did you need this space in order to get that?
Well, because I like I was listening to like what women say and shit, so it's just like like he is an ancient
How's that
dude,
going to
even though
help you talk to your father?
so if I
Your
mean you
direct
say you don't
issue
want to
is
hear what I
with your
say,
father. How come you can't go to your
you
father and ask him these questions? Did you ask him these questions at any
I
point in
already
time?
have. I already have. I have his phone number. Like we're cool, and I live
Whoa, whoa,
like
whoa, whoa,
an hour
whoa! So
away
you didn't
from him.
grow up with him at all, which is fine. You know,
Yes,
you can get to choose
yes I
those
did.
relationships.
Yes, I did. Yes, I
But
did.
you just
Okay.
never consider his perspective in things, or
Yes, that's all I'm
before the
trying to say is
space.
I never considered his perspective. Is all I'm saying. It's like, I wasn't asking about how he was raised. It's just I never considered his perspective. It's like
Yeah.
because basically I was just told that like like he's an ancient dude, even though I seen him doing what he needed to do. But like I'm just
Maybe
like
some
he's
Okay.
not
people do
around, so
need
like
this space. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was
so
gonna say. Can you clarify real quick, Andre? Let me just name a couple of things, and you tell me if these are the things that attracted you to the space. You have had unlucky or not good quality relationships with women. Did that attract you to the space?
well, my
Yes.
kid's mom, I was with her for 12 years, so
I'm just asking
I
yes or
mean,
no. Is that one of them? Is that one of them? Unlucky
no,
or unhappy?
that is not one. No,
Okay, so that's not one. Your desire to get women or understand women or some kind of thing, is that part of it?
no, no.
Was it about career? Was it about you trying to find a career or find a pathway?
No. It was actually a family member that actually showed me the space. I didn't
Well,
know
I'm
anything
asking
about
you
it. It was
what can you just tell me in a couple of, like I just gave you a couple of reasons why people join the space. They're either
well,
bitter or
I
angry
just told
or
you,
they're lost.
I told you my reason. It was a family member that told me about the
So
space.
Hey, Nate,
Okay.
let
but
me
I
I'm
go
thought it was a
saying
first. Let
dude
me
from
answer
Canada.
that.
Wait, hold on, hold on,
Let me
hold on,
give
hold
an
on. I
example
thought it
of.
was a dude from
Mhm.
Canada who introduced you
Yeah.
to the space. Now it's a family
Well,
member. Which one
yeah.
is it?
My family member was a cousin. He was actually born in Texas, but he has dual citizenship. But yeah, yeah, he told me about the space. I didn't know anything about it prior to him,
Let
and
me just give
I
an
thought it was
example
a
of
joke.
maybe
And
the way
like
that May wants.
wait, like
Okay.
just if I could finish. At first, like I thought it was like like guys in the space, they're all bitter and hurt. That's what I thought initially because I was in a relationship at the time. So I'm like, the guys are bitter and hurt. Like I was thinking all the same shit you guys are saying.
so I'm
So
trying to just get like in a
Yeah.
word.
you're
What
no
is it
longer
that
in a
attracted you to the
relationship.
space?
It may maybe let me give an example of how maybe what you're looking for. So me, right? The way I came to the space, I had met O'Shea Duke Jackson on Facebook. He had a show on there, and then as a result, he funneled me over onto YouTube. A lot of the conversation was about black male media and about productive black men back then. And I really resonated with it because I was going through a lot of the same things, especially within corporate America, that they were talking about in the space. Now they started flipping over into women a lot. So, I kind of backed away a little bit, but that's how I came into the space and got introduced to it. You see, just very concise, just very normal, right? I'm not talking about dates or anything. I'm just saying exactly how I got introduced to the space. I think that's maybe what May is looking for in just a straight
Yeah,
answer.
exactly. The purpose of what you're there for and why you stay. That's what I'm asking you, Andre. The purpose it fulfills and
Well,
why you continue to take the content in. That's it, the question.
now at this point, it's just entertainment. That's literally the only reason why I even pay attention. It's just
Yeah,
entertainment.
but this is what people tell themselves when they don't have a good reason for being here. Oh, I'm just here for
Mhm.
entertainment. It's like, dude, you have HBO Go, you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got ESPN, you got the Disney Plus shit. Does everything have to be in edutainment? Okay. So how do you end up on the wrong side of actually progress for the points of edutainment? So how does that work?
You say that, but like you're trying to put this off on me. But like I have watched your
It
recent
is on
streams.
you. It is on you.
You're
I'm
trying to
asking
put
you
this on me,
about
but like
your.
I have
I'm
watched your
trying to
recent
make you
streams.
responsible. I am trying to make you
I've
responsible
watched your recent
for how you.
streams. Well, some of your recent streams, anyways. I've watched that, and like you're going off on like the same stuff you're talking about now, but it's like this shit ain't on me. Like I ain't the one putting out this content. It's not
We
me.
are asking you about how you spend your time, and you're trying to
You
to
were
spin the
asking me this,
conversation.
but
Of course
you
I
are
am.
doing this, but you're saying it. You're saying we
Yes.
when it's you.
Yeah.
But
No, no,
then,
no, no, no.
but then something
I
else
am
that you said,
asking you.
Andre.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Gabe. Go ahead.
I was gonna say something else that you said, Andre, is that hey, when Pearl put out some statistics about black men, that you went over to BGS's to get his perspective, right? I think another thing that we want to understand is why is BGS's perspective in these online spaces perspectives so I guess it weighs so heavy on you, like it. Like, why are you going to BGS in order to get a perspective about something serious?
So Gabe, like I first
if
said
it's all
that,
entertainment, yeah.
So Gabe, I first said that like I first even heard about this was over on Hood Servative's channel, and you know how like he does on his channel where it's like pretty much like anti-black everything, right? And
So
like,
why are
he
you
disagreed.
over there? Yeah, but why are you over there on the anti-black
It's
channel
entertainment.
to get
It's
information
entertainment.
to ask somebody else who's
I'm
not anti-black? Why?
And the content was crazy. The stuff that was coming from him sound crazy. So he went over to BGS for on a serious topic in order to get his perspective about something crazy you heard over at Hood Service.
Well, the only reason why I was asking for his perspective is like he was supporting her for a while, so I was just wondering like what he thinks about that. Is that even that somebody that's supposed to be like seriously anti-black is saying that she's wrong? So I wanted to know like what you think about that since you support her, kind of thing.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I asked him last night on AB Media stream. I asked
What'd
him
he
that. I
say?
said, "Hey, say what now?"
No, I was gonna say, what did he say?
Yeah,
That's
I
all I
said
said.
to him, I said, "BGS, what do you think about this?" I said, "You know, your girl Pearl, she out here doing extreme far right, talking about black men and being criminals and black fatigue. What you think about that?" I thought, and I prefaced it. I said I thought she was supposed to be a tool, and she was
A
supposed to take
tool.
y'all's agenda. Supposed to take y'all agenda
Listen,
to
I agree with
Washington
that.
D.C. She's supposed to save black boys and all of that. I said, how do you square this circle? And BGS, well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. He started
Oh
pulling back.
yeah,
no! Oh
yep,
no! He definitely
yep.
said that.
He lied straight to your face.
So May, basically like what MOT just did is like what I've been getting recently. It's like acting like I'm anti-black. I'm not anti-black. I'm a black man. Like why would I be anti-black? That doesn't make any sense. So it's like on channels like Hood Conservative and shit, like where they talk all this crazy shit, like when they say some crazy shit, like I check them for that. I do.
How do you check them
Like
from the
whether
chat?
people
Do you check them by
I
not
checked it.
listening to these dumb niggas? What?
Well,
Yeah.
I tell them that
How do you check
I
somebody
tell
who is anti-black?
so
Dude,
if you
how?
listen, I say you're wrong, and I tell them how they're wrong. That's what I do. That's the best I could do. Like there's only so much I could do online, right? That's the best I could do is tell them that they're wrong, and
You
this is how
cannot
you're
be
wrong.
over there. You cannot be over there.
Well, if I'm not over there, then like they're gonna get away with this shit.
They are getting away
Andre,
with it.
They are getting away
Andre,
with
are you
it.
serious? You the superhero? You the superhero now? Come on now, Andre.
No. Like I occasionally do that shit. Like I gave up on doing that shit, but like, right?
Did
For
you?
fun, I do it sometimes.
I know
You
we
just said
grilling
you was
you.
over there to do that.
I know we grilling you, but there's some reasons that men. Let me give you a couple more reasons why men go over into these spaces. They want to be, instead of getting therapy, they're using that as an opportunity to try to heal, but they don't know how, right? Because it's not professional. It's not right. And they also want friendship. Some men don't have friends. They're not socially normal, maybe. Not all, but that may be the case. This is the only chance for brotherhood. Some of them are disconnected from their family, so they come in online trying to have some kind of bond, right? Or they're trying to seek a father. There's a lot of reasons. I've been studying this stuff for a minute, and I have a feeling that old white ass Maggie is doing a PhD study, and she's going to be producing a book on studying y'all. That's why she's in the mix. But Andre, these are really good reasons why men could be there. They're sad, but they're real reasons, and you're not acknowledging any of them. You are basically trying to scapegoat
Well,
and say, "Oh, it's entertainment." There's something about the coons that you're resonating with, and if you have a lot of self-loathing as a black man, and you really think doom and gloom, your next step is going to be a coon. I told BGS
well,
that
well,
last night.
well, well. First and foremost, I've always said that like I don't listen to female content creators. I don't. But
But you listen
especially
to
if they're
coon
white,
content creators.
especially if they're white, I don't listen to them. You know?
Okay, but if you
Yeah,
listen to
listen.
content creators who are especially black and coon, so what? So what does it mean or not mean to listen to female content creators when you wanted to ask BGS a question about a female content creator that he actually
Well,
supports?
I actually just wanted him just to answer just on live, just what his thoughts were.
He's here to
That's
mislead men. He's not here to
Yeah.
provide you any type of solutions. And he's definitely not here to take any responsibility for his actual past associations. You've been here long
And
enough to
Andre,
know that.
yeah. And I was gonna say, Andre, I don't think you're being completely honest. I think May gave a lot of different reasons there. I think probably yours is that therapy piece, because I mean, I've literally heard you bare your heart out to BGS about personal information, about personal situations that's happening in your life, and looking for his perspective. And it's just wild because, I mean, you're looking for a positive result, some real positive feedback from an elder who really still doesn't have it together in his own life. He hasn't even healed from his own situation. So I think one of the portions that May is saying, I think you've come here for therapy, and a lot of you guys find BGS as a therapeutic individual, even though he doesn't have any of the results that you all want. Like, do you want to would you want to be BGS? Would you want to have BGS's results with family and career and occupation and education? I don't think any of you all want that, really. But for some reason, you all just run to him with y'all problems.
I would not want. I would not want that. Like, I would want.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to get you to admit to something, but I'm saying, like, it's just like, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I think you came here for the therapy piece.
I was talking about like how I was exposed to the space, and that's how I came across him. You know, like I got respect for the guy, but it's like there's certain things I don't agree with, and I say when I don't agree. Like the same to him with anybody else. I was like, if I don't agree with what you're saying, I make it known I don't agree.
But then why are you talking about your personal life situations with somebody who doesn't have any solutions or any professional experience with dealing with those things?
That would be before I knew, you know?
Andre, be honest. You want to bond. You want to bond, and you want to be with brothers, and you want to have community. Just be honest.
I mean, if you want to put it on me, sure.
It's not on you. It's your reasoning. Your reasoning is yours.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it's too deep. Yeah. It's too much. Yeah. It's too self-reflective. Yeah.
I would say, I think, Andre, a lot of people need therapy. Most people have stuff, you know, and that's what therapy is good for. It's good for you to have a place to reflect. Like you said, a therapist would have naturally done that, probably said, you know, I've been in therapy myself. They'll tell you, go back and ask questions. Go back and, you know, write a letter, or even sometimes not even interacting. Write a letter to your so-and-so and tell them how they made you feel, and let those emotions out. You know, they have a whole lot of different ways of making you test the truth. Somebody said this about you, made you feel bad about yourself. Now test that. Is that really true? Is there any evidence that you're such a horrible person? Or what responsibility do you play? You know, therapy is good. I've been through therapy 4 times in my life for major things. You can agree, Gabe.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, hey, I'll even be more honest here. When I initially came to the space, I did look for a level of brotherhood, a level of camaraderie, individuals, Black men who were going through similar situations to myself. And I did look for a bond to some degree. But, you know, once that money came in there, everything changed. Everybody changed up. Once these women came into the picture, everything changed. Everybody started blaming women for everything rather than really looking at themselves.
Everybody wanted to retire off these problems. So that's what they wanted.
Absolutely. And then Troll Gabe came into the picture, and I ain't been right since. And I ain't been right ever since. So yeah.
Like I could actually agree with Gabe here, because typically I don't agree with what Gabe says, but like initially, like that would be like a brother thing, but I realized that, like, there's, you know, obviously there's levels of stuff, and you know, I realized that, like, a lot of the people here, like the majority of people here, like there is no brotherhood. It's I'm wasting my damn time.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of the things that BGS does,
some home stuff.
Huh?
Thanks for having me, man. Yeah, I got to drop.
Appreciate you.
I have to get to some other stuff. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Appreciate
All
you,
right, man.
Greg. Yeah. I was gonna say one of the things that BGS ain't stupid by a long shot, Andre.
No,
One of
he's
the
not.
things that he
Very
does is
purposeful.
he creates a community. I don't know if you noticed that, but the first thing he does, he spends the first 15. I study him very closely. He spends the first 15 minutes acknowledging you all. Whatever
Yep.
name y'all have told
Softening you
him,
dudes up.
he
Softening you dudes
keeps
up.
y'all's name there. And for some people, that's the only somebody that notices them all day long. Some people are lonely, and they can't wait to get on the stream. And BGS, he calls you what does he call you? Maple Leaf. That's my maple leaf. You know what I'm saying? He creates that intentionally. He bonds with you guys so that y'all feel endearment. It's the same thing I've done with as a teacher. The same thing. I have to bond with each of my students to keep them in learning mode, to keep them motivated. And that's why I tell him it's not a bad thing what he's created. If he can spiral out of the negative bullshit, he can still make money. And I keep talking about Deepak
You
Chopra.
can't do it.
And when he
You
told
can't do it.
me, he hates Deepak Chopra, I said that's just because you're a bad person and you don't want to be a good person. That was my response.
So May, I would say that like my issue is that like every time I try to talk to him directly, it's like always somebody just jumping in the way.
Why do you think that
Like
is?
I, I'm not gonna say anything about that, but
No. This is where you get to talk. Why do you think that is? It's a direct question. Why do you think that is? That why do you think it is?
because they don't want me to have a direct conversation.
No. Because they're not there to solve their own problems. They're there to just talk about their issues. And the whole point is for no one to solve their own problems. That's why they're all there. It's there to have a circular conversation where nothing gets solved. And look, I'm not attracted to being around those type of people in real life. Real life, you got one time to get this shit straight, and if you don't, you're gone. That's why I do the content audit now to see where these dudes spend their time to see why they're having these actual issues. I'm like, look, you got to give up this, and this, and unsubscribe from this shit, and give yourself 90 days to like thaw out before you get realistic shit. Before you end up messing up your life worse by trying to use some of this stuff to actually benefit off of these actual things that are happening going wrong here. So you have to understand that you are attracted to these type of things. Okay? You know that there are no answers that happens with the dumb nigga ask me anythings that you keep showing up to. You know that there is no actual answers for the actual trolling, women bashing content that you know goes on. You know that there's no answers that is happening there. You go there because you get a level of acceptance, and there's no questions that are being asked why you're there. That's why you're there, because you get a level of
I
acceptance
actually
without
disappeared for a
question.
while. I've been in other spaces outside of the manosphere.
Well, wherever you go, you're looking for companionship. You're looking for
Yeah,
friendship. You're looking for
yeah.
brotherhood. Wherever you end up, that's
Actually,
what you're there
like,
for.
well, actually, earlier today I was talking about like comics and movies and shows and shit. Like,
To
I'm
who?
I'm over there.
To who? What channel?
I ain't gonna say names, but yeah.
What the fuck? Like, all right, yeah, y'all have a nice one. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. It's no more of this shit. You gonna make me
I
track him down and
appreciate you.
beat his fucking face in? All right, but let me leave.
I appreciate you, man, tomorrow. Appreciate you. Andre, you know what? You are just your therapist is gonna have a hard time with you because you don't want to just be honest. You know they're gamers, right? They're gamers. They keep a ear headset on and everything, and they bond in gaming. They're people who get bond in manga, or Japanese culture. They're people who bond in a lot of ways. They bond in sports. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with bonding and
yeah,
socializing.
yeah. Before I was in the space, I was on like Twitch and shit. So I'm still on Twitch.
That's what I'm saying. But you do have to kind of come clean about what you're at. I mean, it ain't for you to have to tell me, but you do have to kind of say to yourself, am I here because I have a lot of toxicity or degeneracy I'm attracted to? I like hearing fuck shit. There are some people who sit in the clouds and never let themselves be known, and they like listening to the fuck shit for whatever reason. Some people are entertained, But I think you're definitely you're a social person and you like
Well,
to
you
engage.
you 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 have said yourself that you like to troll, so it's like I do like to troll as well, but like when it comes to certain topics, like I'll talk seriously, but for the most part, like I like to troll, have fun,
You
chill out.
troll, and you just me and you are alike. I troll, but I'm also have an authentic self. I show my authentic self sometimes, depending on the topic. And I think you've done that too. You've shown your authentic self plenty, and you also I've seen you be a troll. You definitely have trolled me. So I think you a good dude, honestly. I just think you got to come clean with yourself and say, is this shit feeding my soul? I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Last night, I felt terrible. I felt absolutely terrible. Um, and that's what I think a lot of people do. They walk away feeling terrible. And I think BGS has the power to change that.
Well,
He could change that. He could change that dynamic so
well,
easily. Huh?
last night I dropped off because like I wanted to talk to BTS directly, so I wanted to ask him about like the stuff that was going on recently, and
And you didn't get a
I was just
chance.
getting interrupted and I wasn't able to talk. So, I was just like, yeah, why am I wasting my time?
Yeah, I think that a little bit by design. The large group of people, it can't really get too personal, right? And that's kind of by design. Hold on a second, let me change.
I don't know if you can hear me, May.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I am not a fan of MOT. I'm not a fan of Gabe, but my whole thing is like I like to hear like both sides of everything. So,
Hmm.
you know, if you're right,
Yeah.
you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. That kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not all gonna agree. We're not all gonna agree. We don't have to. Um, Back to the Pearl thing. How do you feel? Anybody who wants to share their thoughts, you can feel free to join the panel. How do you really feel about Pearl and this thing she's doing? Knowing, like, you had the instinct, you already knew that she was being offensive intentionally. But this is a group of people. These black men defended her. I'm not doing tit for tat when I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm just simply saying that woman she tried to made a lot of money off of black men. And now she's turning around a second time and she's using black men as basically, you know, kindle, kindling in her fire. You know what I'm saying? She's burning it down again for her own benefit. What are your thoughts about it? You want some more apple juice? You want more pizza?
Uh, I mean, I was never a fan of Pearl from the jump. I'm still not. Like, I personally don't like her at all, but there's some stuff that she says that I agree with. But like for the most part, I'm like, all the stuff she's saying, she stole from men. So
Right, but I'm talking about that part about her being offensive intentionally. Are you a criminal as a black man? Do you think black women are naturally attracted to criminals? Because most black men are criminals. I mean, what about that part?
well, I mentioned like yeah, like even like conservative had to disagree with her. And yes, I would disagree as well. Maybe not
You just
most, but there's definitely a percentage there.
see this right here. This is why it's dangerous to be hanging around the coons because they start making you think stuff like this. They start making it normal. They normalize this degenerate view of black men. And I'm here to tell you, Andre, I feel that's one thing I feel bad about this particular group. It's just online. I just want to say that. Make no mistake, this stuff is clearly just online. Now you have some men in real life who are using the talking points because they're hearing it in the public, like through Andrew Tate or something. But for the most part, this community is an online community, and it doesn't represent majority of men. We see the majority of men out here having functional, relationships, already been on the career path, pretty much living a typical normal life. So this is an anomaly in my opinion. And um, I just think that you guys have to be careful because y'all are online, y'all are exposing yourselves to a lot of anti-black rhetoric, and y'all are embodying that. Not only listening to it, but embodying it. For you as a black man to say that she's kind of right, I'm like, what? I don't know. I only know one black man who no, I know two black men who are criminals. I know two of them. And I say criminals in the sense that they used to be when they were in their 20s. And one of them is an entrepreneur and he's successful and married, has a home, and that's in his past. It has nothing to do with right now. You would never guess that about him, that he has a felony. Upstanding. So even the men who are so-called criminals that she's talking about, the other one is a professional man who owns a truck company, personal friend of mine, and he ran for a public office, and they threw that in his face, and so he lost that election. But upstanding, responsible black men are criminals. Have he robbed three banks, three Bank of Americas. Yeah, he robbed three of them with an employee as a co-conspirator. I know that black men who have had a felony exist. But even the idea that the stereotype that they're not people, right? They're not even people. They don't recover. Black men are not resilient. Pearl says so many things without having to say anything. You black men are trash. That's what the fuck she said. Did you read all of the extra? Do you know anybody who's committed a crime when they were young and now they're like a respected person in the community? Do you know how many pastors we have? They got testimonies. They've done shit, but they're different now. People grow up, they mature, they learn, they grow. We have to forgive and give mercy and grace. She don't have nothing. She don't see black men. She don't know no real black men. You see what I'm saying? And y'all let this bitch run her mouth. Y'all give her pedestals. Y'all platform this bitch. Y'all let her speak. I got a problem with that, BGS. I got a problem with that. You want to give the king the kingdom and the keys to the kingdom, which is black health, black mental health. You want to hand that over to a raggedy, trashy ass, horse face, failed ass white bitch. I got a problem with that. And I'm not alone. You got somebody like Andre. He's not even from here. He doesn't know anything about black degeneracy. You got him convinced that black men, Pearl, letting her speak, giving her audience, got him thinking that that might be kind of sort of true. Man, like Gabe says, saying
Uh,
Pearl is kind of right is crazy. It's crazy.
hey, May, you're putting words in my mouth. Um,
You said she's kind of right. You kind of agree, right?
I I have family around the world, so I do
We're
have
talking about
family in
Black
the U.S.
America.
I have family around the
We-
world.
We're
Yes,
talking
I
about
have
Black
family
America.
around the world. Yes, including the U.S. Yes, I have family
So,
around the world. Like my family's
right.
Jamaican, so like I got family in New York, like Brooklyn, Queens, like them places,
America.
Miami.
Right. He fell off. He fell off. I don't know. But this is a problem. And so I have to say that Obsidian and BGS, you guys, y'all are both older men. Y'all are both older men. You have a responsibility, even if you're here to grift, even if you're here to make money. You guys have a responsibility. Especially Obsidian doesn't consider himself pro-black, but BGS does. But y'all let white supremacists and white supremacist thinking people, failed ass white people, you give them platform and pedestal. That is not responsible. I gotta call it like it is. I gotta tell you the real. And you got some of the most dejected, low self-esteem black men, struggling black men, having to bear this, having to listen to their fucking simple ass, dumb ass thoughts, because you guys platform them and y'all entertain them. There's no way in hell as a black woman that I would ever. I'm a black woman. There's no way in hell I would take any white woman. I don't give a damn what her qualifications, her background. I don't give a fuck what it is. There is no way that I would platform her, pedestalize her, give her accolades and say she's going to save us sisters. She gonna help us sisters. No way in fucking hell. No way in fucking hell. How do black men turn around and allow a failed ass, washed up white woman to be any kind of savior for black men? I don't know. You fell off, Andre. It's okay.
Yeah,
You
I fell
back.
off. I was just saying, like, I do have family in the U.S. as well. I've been
Right.
to the U.S. and I got family over there, so
So
it's not like
what
I'm
we're
blind.
talking about though, but what we're talking about is in relation to Black America. And what I'm saying is she has. You said you kind of agreed with her because we're talking about Black America.
Well, the
And
only parts I agree with is that when somebody is wrong, they're wrong. That's what I agree with. But when she's on some like it's a black people problem, I disagree. So like
she
I only
doesn't.
agree
Do you
when
realize that Pearl? Do you realize Pearl don't even know Black people really? She don't really know Black people. She didn't grow up around Black people. Black people are items.
well
They're
that's not what I'm
things. They're
saying.
people to
I'm saying
buy.
it's like when you're talking about like individual people, I can agree on that. But like when you're talking as a whole, I don't agree.
Yeah, Pearl doesn't know anything about Black people. She has no access to us. She's never been around us. And majority of her relationships have been a relationship of domination of Black people. Right? She either puts you under a contract where she's the boss, and y'all don't know why y'all don't see that. The bitch is a grifter. She's an ultra feminist.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, and she is everything that's wrong that y'all claim. When I say y'all, I mean the Black Manosphere Red Pill. She's everything. She embodies everything. But none of these men picked this up on day one. She actually came into a space to compete directly with white men. If you notice, she wanted to compete directly with white men when she came into the space. She tried to get herself ushered in. Hey, Rolo Tomasi, I'm one of the guys. I'm here to make money with you guys. But how do we partner up? How do you help catapult me past you? I'm up next. She crowned her own self the king of the manosphere. Rolo Tomasi snatched his fucking king hat back and he told a bitch get lost. So what does she do? She goes to the gutter. She goes to the Black community because she knows that we always think the white man's ice is colder, right? And she goes to Kevin Samuels, so she says, and she benefits him none. Y'all Black men got to stop, online. I'm gonna say online because Black men in real life they don't do this. But y'all Black men online, y'all got to stop pedestalizing these raggedy ass white women. If y'all want a white woman, just go get you one. You know. And I have to say this too. The cool shit is really it's sad. It's sad. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not talking to you necessarily, Andre. I'm just talking in general.
So,
The cool shit, y'all. This cool shit is crazy. And I'm gonna just come clean.
so
I'm gonna be real with it. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that basically when people are wrong, they're wrong. They're right, they're right. And you troll a lot, I troll too, but also like I
Right.
have listened to when you were not trolling and you were saying what you really believe, and yeah, like I agree with that. You know,
Agree with what part?
like don't get me. Well, you're
Which
talking about like basically some like pro black stuff, like when you're not trolling. So I agree with that. It's
go pro
like
black?
and then well, it's not like I'm not talking about like the pro black fucking you're accepting everything and you're allowing all kind of BS to happen that shouldn't happen. I'm just saying that like if you want to do business with somebody, like once you want to do business with somebody that looks like you, that's all I'm saying. That's it.
Ah, yeah, yeah. No, I definitely I'm B1. I'm B1. I'm black first. I live in Atlanta. I got that luxury, so definitely I'm definitely black aware. But I have to be
Yeah,
honest
like
with y'all.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I have to be honest with y'all, and I mean this to whoever's listening. Um, I did a case study of a coon. Okay, and let me tell y'all something. These coons, don't be fooled, y'all. I did several videos. I put them on private because I was afraid that they were so uh, nasty, maybe is the word, that I felt like they would probably end up being hate speech struck. Okay. But these coons are pathetic. I just need to say that. Whoever out here is playing coon When you start looking into their personal lives, especially the ones that are real out there with it, and they profess to be coons. You start looking into their personal life, they're really fucking sad. Okay, I have a case study. There's somebody who pissed off some people, and myself and others started looking deep. Okay, on some CIA shit. And ain't
So
we ain't put
so so
nothing. We ain't put nothing. Hold on, let me finish, Andre. We ain't put nothing out there. But when I say if I was to put everything I got after 2 months of deep diving, you guys would be so fucking disgusted. I'm not gonna say which coon I'm talking about, but these coons, y'all, they are not what the fuck you think. They are lying to your face, lying through their teeth. Okay? These people, if I showed you some pictures, if I showed you the bandos they lived in, they get on here and they talk about black people and they're black males themselves. They talk about black folks like a dog. But if you see their circumstances, where they come from, and I mean, I can trace back 15 years, the bandos. I have pictures of the bandos that they lived in. You understand? I got pictures of the poor white trash. And oh boy, and the records of the poor white trash women that they have been with. Ooh, we and their own background, family and all. I have seen some shit. And
so
that these
may
people, these people get in front of y'all and they do that coon show. Man, I'm trying to tell you, I could go from one to another to another to another. And they talk about Keisha obsessively, but Keisha don't have the prostitution background that these white women they're with. They got multiple children y'all don't know about. Boy, these white bitches got prostitution and drug charges. They got criminal rap sheets like you wouldn't believe, y'all. And if you see the bitch, look like straight
so
crackheads. Hold on, let me
wait
finish,
now.
Andre. Hold on, let me
You're
finish.
making me hold all of this.
This ain't about you. I said I'm talking to the audience. I'm not making it about anything to do with you. I'm not putting coon on you. I'm gonna stop. I'm pausing this. I'm gonna land my plane. I just want y'all to understand. I got, and I'm talking about the food stamps, the this, the that, the shit they be. Man, I took a 2 month deep dive on some CNA, CIA shit, and the stuff that I found and I have archived. Y'all following clowns. They coming on the internet and they lying. They telling you what they white woman look like. And I got pictures that prove otherwise. She's everything worse than Keisha would ever be. Ugly as fuck. Poor white trash. Bad background. Bad fuck shit. These coons is playing in y'all face. I want y'all black men to hear me well. These coons are not what you think. They get on here and they talk down about black people. They putting on a show. They're cosplaying and lying like hell. I got all the evidence. And at some point, if I'm giving cause, I'll do a deep dive on most all the coons. I don't want to do that. That's not my job here. That's not my goal. I come here to be entertained. But I just needed to understand if all of that was really all of that. And y'all know what I found out? That motherfucker ain't shit. And when I don't never say that about no black men. I never say that about. I have very few black men. I say that motherfucker ain't shit.
So
I
May,
literally
I just
mean that motherfucker ain't
I
shit. Huh?
so
Go
May,
ahead.
I just want to put it on the record. I am not a coon. I I'm not a coon. I'm not a coon. I'm not anti-black. Like I argue against this shit all the time. But like for some reason, like I've been getting this label recently, and it's like is I'm thinking it's because I disagree with like the main people why I'm getting this label. But I'm not on that.
Andre, who called you a coon? I'm not calling. Let me be clear. I'm not calling you a coon. I'm not associating you with a coon. You recently just
Well,
mentioned
well,
that Hood
who?
Conservative. Hold on. You recently mentioned that you was on Hood Conservative's channel. I don't be over there
Yeah.
because he don't got nothing to teach me. He can't tell me nothing. I'm not subscribed, right? Because
I know that
I'm
for
black. I'm
entertainment, like I
black.
said.
Listen. Hold on 1 second. I'm black excellence. I'm black excellence. So a coon can't teach me shit. You understand? I'm more educated and more well off and more connected. I'm more
So,
everything than a coon will ever be. So a
well,
coon can't teach me a
if I could
goddamn thing.
finish, if I
Go
could
ahead.
finish,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
um,
ahead. I'll mute. Go ahead.
yeah, like basically, like people on people that are cool with BGS are like,
Andre, you cut out. We can't hear you. Hello, Andre. Are you there? Andre, you have to drop down and come back. It sounds like your sound. Can y'all hear me in the audience? It looks like my little circle is going, but I can't hear Andre. Andre, he's not muted. Andre, drop down and come back. I just want to say for the record, can y'all hear me? Can somebody let me know if you hear me in the chat? Yes, no. I think y'all can because the little circle is moving. Andre, drop down and come back if you don't mind. Drop down and come back. Um, Let me see if I go back up. Okay, yeah, he'll have to come back. I want to say officially. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you, Gabe. I want to say officially, I am not. Okay, yeah, I couldn't hear Andre either. Andre, you can come back. It's probably that Canadian connection. It's a Canadian connection. But I want to say this. I am not putting that on Andre. He just up here on the channel at the same time as me. I was directing this information to um, the audience, and I'm not in any way. He just mentioned, hood conservative, and he was over there. I'm not subscribed. And my initial engagement with the Kunosphere was I was amused by the crazy rhetoric, and I thought it was a troll. I thought it was a troll, and I was trolling with the troll, but I realized no, this shit is toxic. Like these motherfuckers think this shit is for real, you know. And Clue, he don't. I'll be honest with y'all, Clue don't fuck with me no more because I told Clue, and he ran from me for about 2 weeks, and I told him I said no, pull up, let's talk about the details. What makes you so better that you can call black men monkeys? I asked Clue, and he avoided me like a plague because I have pretty much uh described there are real coons in America, okay, among us black folks. And those coons don't consider themselves, real coons don't ever want to call themselves a coon. They think they're good Americans, and that's all they're ever going to claim. And so you guys are inauthentic and you online cosplaying. And I'm going to tell you how. And Clue did not want to have that conversation. Clue is a perfect example of a fakey fake. He doesn't want to engage me. And you have a right to come online and cosplay and all that stuff, and you got a right to come online and lie and tell people stuff and make up stuff. But once you start trying to put down people based on their race, right, and people might have a problem with that hate speech, and it ain't based on nothing, right? Because my whole thing is, well, why are you so better? How explain why you are so better. Explain why you're the superior uh, man or black man, or why the white woman is so superior. Start explaining that for me. Since you say it's real, explain it. And y'all know what? There's no substance there. None. They got nothing. And what I found is most of the coons are doing worse than the worst black man. That's what I found. They're not doing well. They're very lost. Okay. And I'm gonna give a perfect example. It's just arrogance that's based on absolutely nothing. It's a figment of their imagination. It's a delusion. The white women that they are dealing with, do they show them off? Have you ever seen these ugly bitches? These poor white trash bitches. Have you ever seen them? You might hear their voice or something, but have you ever seen them? Have you seen their accolades? Y'all, these motherfuckers be playing in y'all face. Andre, I think you're not coming back. I just want to say I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you being a social person, and you 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 stand your ground and you say what you feel like you need to say for yourself. I got you. And I appreciate it. It's not easy to do. It's not easy when people got a lot of hard and real questions. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I'm very interested in how this Pearl shit is going to turn out. Nobody else seems to be coming up. I appreciate Man of Tomorrow. I appreciate Woo. I know she be sticking and moving, so she doesn't necessarily be able to hang out on the panel for too long. But the last thing I'm gonna say about Pearl, because this was mostly about Pearl, BGS. I hope, I always wish that he will become the healer that he's capable of being and deliver these men and help them graduate. And I wish that that would be a possibility because these brothers are hurting. And I'm not gonna sit here at hardcore like I don't see it. A lot of these brothers are hurting, and I have compassion. I have compassion because I do understand that I've seen young boys grow into men. I've had several of my students. I met them as boys, and they are now men, married, children, all that stuff. I've watched the evolution of black men. I see black men. I know who they are. They're people to me. I'm not Pearl. They're not statistics and stupid niggas. Black men have feelings, needs, desires, passion. Black men matter. I see black men clearly. I have full clarity. I've seen the evolution and the beauty of black men. I don't give a fuck who got whatever to say about it. I'm telling you what I've been dealing with, what I know. And I see the God in black men. And I constantly try to point that out. We have a normalcy, a functionality in black men. And this narrative needs to go. That's why I appreciate brothers like Gabe A. Appreciate like brothers like Man of Tomorrow. Black men who are grounded, accomplished, clear-minded, functional. That shit, we need more of that. It's only in this online community that people celebrate and pretend that this dysfunction is normal. It's not fucking normal. This is an online figment of people's imagination. It's a convenient narrative. I give that. It's a convenient fucking narrative. There are men who have real problems. And I've never trolled Charles, really before. He comes across as a very serious guy. And he had some stuff he said yesterday that hit my heart. Um, you know, as a black man, all black men begin as black boys. And I have a heart for young black men. That's what I taught, dedicated my life. Most of my classes, my students have all mostly been black men. It touches my heart. And I know what I've seen them with tears. I've seen them read poems. I know the hurts as individuals. I can see them all before me. Real faces, you know? They're real to me. So I hear it and I feel it. Last night I heard a black young boy come out of big ass Charles. I heard something. I felt something. And that shit bothers me. There's real hurt, you know? There's real pain. And we can't play with that. Not online, not in real life. We can't play with that shit. People need support. We all need support. And that really, really got to me last night. I was bothered. It took me a while to get to sleep. I stayed on the internet just, you know, I heard something. I don't know what to tell you. I heard something. I felt something. And I don't like that. I don't like young men who are supposed to be strong, uh, feeling unwanted, unneeded, undesired, unappreciated, mistreated. I don't like that shit. Y'all don't understand what it's like to see a child who has a broken spirit. I don't know if y'all understand that. I know something about a broken spirit. I know young men who have had broken spirits, had their heart broken over and over and over again. That shit ain't nothing nice. I've had to deal with it as a teacher. I've had to heal a lot of young men, broken young men. Nobody never said a good fucking word to them in their life. Never spoke life into them. I spoke life, and I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm telling you what I know. I've spoken life into so many young black men. That was what I dedicated my career to. I didn't know I was going to end up in that environment, but I did. I didn't know it was going to end up being a predominantly all male, classroom. I didn't know, but I love my students. I love them. I love seeing them be resilient and evolve. And that's why you guys, it's necessary. Escort these white bitches out of the conversation. They don't mean you no good. They don't see you. They don't want to help you. They want to hurt you. Escort these white bitches where they belong. Pearl is a demon. And she got a third slave. This little Dominican dude. That's what I heard. She got Dominican dude. I heard that. I'm about to end the stream. I heard she got Dominican dude. Let me tell y'all something I know about Dominican. Okay? Dominican. I know about that. They have something called Sankey Panky. These are men whose mentality is I'm a pretty boy and my dick is for sale. You will see them around the Dominican Republic looking for Western women. They hope that you will take them to your country, your mother country. The same shit the mangoes do is the opposite. That's probably what Pearl has. Dominican men, if they're not extremely masculine, trying to be the dominant masculine role, they're Sankey Panky. That means they are. Y'all know when I did that video about that girl that was in my condo, and I got that video. She's tearing the place up. That man she's yelling at, that's a Sankey Panky. He don't provide. He don't protect. He thinks women are supposed to take care of them. That's what the hell Pearl's got. She got a Sankey Panky. That exists in the Dominican culture. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. Look it up. There are men who use their looks, they use their sexuality, and they find weak-minded, ugly-ass Western women, and they live off of them. So she went from a homeless bum, a black homeless bum in Chicago, and he didn't want her. Then she got her some African on a visa that she's his boss and writes his checks to dominate. And now she's got a Sankey Panky, sweet-ass princess Dominican man. Y'all see that? She's everything. She embodies everything. So BGS and Obsidian, I'm saying this directly to y'all. Eat fucking crow. Eat fucking crow. Y'all uplifted this bitch. She embodies everything that y'all complain about, which means y'all are not sincere. And BGS, until you become a real healer and start allowing these men the tools to graduate, I'm going to argue that to the cows come home. I'm going to always argue that. I'm always going to advocate that. Because every institution has a graduation. Motherfuckers need to heal and be happy. And doom and gloom is never going to lead to happiness. Never, ever. These narratives are never going to lead to that. And y'all embracing Obsidian and BGS, y'all are two sides of the same coin. Penguin and Darth Vader. Until y'all heal people with solutions, y'all are on the wrong path, the dark side. I'm just telling you. Ashe. Y'all, have a good night.